Abo on the bench. Now Kaufman-Renn on the bench. And Robbie, this pace is slow. It's physical, but it's slow. And if you're a tired team, you don't mind slow.
Cohen has just come out here and he's set the tone with physicality. Wesley Yates getting all the way downhill. And
first trying to direct some traffic. And taken away by Yates. Yates going against Smith. And that's goaltend. Caleb first plucked it out of the cylinder. Half-court line, he coughed it up with the double dribble. Didn't change anything that occurred on that play. Purdue unaware of it. And it hasn't hurt them. They've gone on a 10-0 run. Thomas, out it goes to Abo. Double team comes, and they've got to swing it around to Yates. Yates on the drive. Drop off under there to Nolan. 7 to shoot. Jumper falls.
How effective Desmond Claude needs to be here at the beginning. I think he's going to really flow right into the offense because he sat so long. Defensively, they want to do what they exactly did to Braden Smith. Make him much more of a passer and the front iron.
Trojans by 1. They won in double overtime against Rutgers last night. And I don't know, you could see you saw this coming the way USC finished the season.
They played so hard. Think about the UCLA game to finish. Their defense just got eviscerated.
Oh, a shot from Wesley Yates to third.
The Knights now 5 to shoot. Harper, deep three. In and out, Thomas rebound.
He's going to switch that. You do have to switch it up because Dylan Harper can step back and drill it.
And there's another freshman.
Played an important role for the Trojans so far, but the thing he's most proud of is the way he approaches practice, film, and his relationships with his coaches. He enjoys the journey, he told me.
Trojans enjoying that possession. He came up with a rebound and enjoying an early 5-point lead here. Third game of the Big Ten tournament's first day. Winner will play Purdue tomorrow night. Kick it back out. Yates has 1-3. There's his second. The three-pointer early. Spin toward the baseline. Davis. What a rebound. USC doing well in the glass so far. That was ripped down by Thomas. Claude between the legs. Kicks it out. Wesley Yates spins inside for 2. It's a big-time move. Claude working on him now. 2 to shoot. Pull up 3. Rebound Yates, he kept that alive, out to Nolan.
Anytime you get Claude to settle for a jumper, that's what you want if you're Rutgers, but you got to close down possession. It's been a problem all year long.
Yates 3 is right on. He's got Williams with 3 off the glass. It's a good look. Rebound Trojans, and here comes Yates. Strong to the basket. 2-point game.
That's a great.
Trojans scored the first 5 points of this overtime. Eric Musselman's about 4 feet on the court. Yelling toward the lane. Claude again with the ball. Double teamed. AG just hit that 3. Yates, 3 seconds left. Contested 3. Oh my goodness. Any kind of foul leads to a couple of free throws for USC.
It's not like the Trojans have thrived against full-court pressure, so this could be an adventure here.
That's where most of the turnovers have come. They get it easily inside, and Yates.
Make a quick action. Now you find yourself with a nice layup inside.
Mara, he's stripped, diagonal pass. Here's up and in 4.
Just allows you now to reverse that dribble, send AG flying, gather yourself and finish. Much needed basket that time by the Bruins.
Sky Clark, first year at UCLA after a season at Illinois. One at Louisville as well. Yates got to get it going, and he does. Picked up Yates, outlet pass, AG front court. Somehow got himself together. They kick it. Yates a 3. Boom.
Interesting. You had the layup. The pass wasn't perfect. AG reset the offense, utilizing his quickness, got to the basket, turned the corner.
Yates again. He scored 11 straight points. Talk about
because of that experience in this game. I'm not saying that USC didn't want to play or didn't count.
I understand. Yates. Jumper looks good.
Davis gets started here.
We've seen the 1-3-1 from Washington a lot this year. This is a little different look to it. Osobor more pushed out towards the three-point line.
And there's Yates.
Good for him. Big shot from Minnesota, too.
And it's a big deal to SC, right? SC and Minnesota, they are battling to stay out of the bottom three and miss qualification for the Big Ten tournament. Yates.
So good at that. Missed an easy.
Dan Ullman. I'm just struck down. We sit here, watch Cook and Evans come off the bench. You wonder how many guys, how many teams those guys, at least one of them would start for. And it does feel like the Ducks always have the right amount of depth, right? He's never trying to shorten it too much. He's never looking for more. It always feels like it's just right.
Well, and they haven't had as much success the last few years because of injuries. You know, Biddle was hurt. They had injuries that just didn't allow them to have depth.
Yates puts it down.
UCLA, they're probably going to be playing in Indianapolis.
St. Thomas too short. Yates. Boy, he just does everything. I mean, Nebraska came here and ran Oregon off the floor. And then today they had their first quad 3 or quad 4. They had their quad 3 or quad 4 loss. And you go, well, yeah, but I've seen Minnesota go look incredible at USC and UCLA. Barthélemy, that jumper's a thing of beauty.
Now your danger zone if you're USC. 11-point game, under 9 to go.
Dana Altman urging his defense from the sideline.
And the crowd's starting to come. You got to stabilize this thing with a bucket right now for USC.
Yates, he's been the guy to help Agee, and he does.
35, you're not going to be mad at it, but the idea is that we're moving the ball, cutting, and everybody's getting involved, so we're harder to guard.
Thornton has scored 30 3 times this year. He has 12 in this first half.
I had a feeling he would be a major factor tonight.
Yates, you know, talking to the SC folks, they were very happy to host him at their last home game.
Such a good player.
Here's Yates, aggressive inside. Goes right at Quest, 2 on the road for SC.
Ohio State runs a lot of stuff offensively, but what jumps off the page watching them live for the first time, it's just how many guys can beat you.
Oh, Yates. You know, he's been a lot. Parrish dribbled off his foot. Here comes Yates. Yates weaving his way. Yates has it blocked. No, it's a goaltend. 10 turnovers now for the Buckeyes. When the ball is not in Thornton's hands, it's been hard to protect for Ohio State this year.
That's why I like changing defenses, because it makes you uncomfortable. It makes other people do things, and that time Sean Stewart rushed that pass and turned it over.
Yates just feeling his way through.
But that's my point, Guy, is everything is challenged now, more difficult. Mobley had clean looks in the first half. That was a tough shot. He just got to go in.
Ohio State shot 73% in the first. Yates puts his shoulder down, gets challenged, draws the foul. That's number 4. He's sitting down. What do you do now?
Well, you referenced the Minnesota game and how Minnesota was able to beat USC in here because Claude was on the.
Royal trying to get in on Yates. And Agee the tough board.
A good rebound, Agee there.
Would you be going at Claude if you're Ohio State?
I would. 5 minutes to go. 2-possession game.
SC hasn't led since the first 4 minutes.
Yates on Mobley. Yates switches on to him.
Yates has 25, and he's going to go to the line.
Tennis grad student. Good size. Look, when you're on a team that's struggling a little bit, you got to be ready for every opportunity you get to be able to help. There's Yates. That's for the quiet so far. Agbo. Back to Yates. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Well done. Check that. It's happened a lot this season. Yes, indeed. So he has to come out for a moment. Matt Nolan takes over. Rutgers by a deuce here. 9.5 to go first half. Glad you joined us, Dave Sims, Donnie Marshall. All the way to the basket, rolls around the world and goes down. So well, very similar. We did a St. John's game not too long ago. It was Kadari Richmond, same kind of upper body strength. Yeah. If he turns the corner, gets that shoulder, and you're done. He coached so well, especially up to this point, for a freshman to know how to use that body. Wow. Count it. Really on the scoreboard right now, but the defensive intensity that Rutgers is playing with is pretty good. Grant misses that one. Back the other way. Yates. He steps through, reverse, and got it. And that's, if you're Coach Musselman, you know you got to live with some of those, but you just like to close the gaps a little bit, make them go the other way, make guys uncomfortable. Down the lane, got the lane, and made it happen. 29, Rutgers. Really special. Just catches and goes straight up. It's hard to do. Just turned 18. Here's Yates. Bingo! That's Yates down the lane. Sets up Slacker. Shot. Nothing there. Rebound Agee. Got another opportunity. Yates. Quick release. He hit it! Steve Peichel. 6'10" out of Peoria, Illinois. Crowd back in it. 10-point lead, Rutgers. Dave Sims, Donnie Marshall, and company on hand here in Jersey Mike's Arena. Fade away. It's good. Man, he's tough. More looks. Maybe the defense is dialed down. Backdoor cut intercepted. Sackett almost lost control. Sackett. Good look. Very good look. And the old timers used to say, it is academic now. Really was an impressive game by Rutgers. But they got off to a great start.
Every time they go up, Geronimo, Queen, and Reese go up with two hands. They catch rebounds.
As Coach said, that's something to really watch because USC has had their rebounding issues this year, but Maryland really excels on the glass. Yates drives and flushes there. 13 from the floor. Gillespie off the mark. Both teams cooling off. Here is Wesley Yates. Started his career at Washington last year, but was injured, did not play. And he is really in a floater. He is so good. Sophomore from Clinton, Maryland, knocks it down. He began the year as their sixth man. And Kevin Willard quickly realized I need him in the lineup, and now he hardly comes off the floor. Yates, high arcing, and he got it. What a tough shot. Well, Kevin Willard has said that. He feels like if it was 30 years ago, he'd be the top pick in the NBA draft. He's still a projected first-round pick. Nice, fast, entire locker room as USC. Rice, pretty nifty, but he couldn't hit him. Wesley Yates already has 9, so all the talk about Queen, but don't forget about this kid, now 11.
Students on the other side behind the benches, and then this enormous student section underneath the basket. Whoever has laid out this building for fan support done an exceptional job.
Queen trying to take a charge to no avail, and then
Slacker played those last couple years at the University of Pennsylvania in the best basketball building in the country, the
Palestra. Yeah, Phil Martelli knows a thing or two about Philly hoops. Nice bucket, counted well. Queen picks it up and cleans it up.
The strengths of both teams were on display there. A bigger guard blocks a smaller guard, and then a bigger front court guy catches the entire staff.
In the paint, nice, up and under, and that puts
by USC, but not really. They're kind of unforced errors by USC, just sloppy in the half court.
Oh, Yates, deep, and he buries it. Mitchell.
Tell you what, he's been getting in the paint all afternoon, Mitchell. Him and Patterson.
Well, these two teams are near the top of the league in the percentage of their points that come from two-pointers. They don't take a lot of threes.
But I would have thought that the size of USC's wings would deter that a little bit.
Yates hits it.
Though he keeps getting in the paint, and he's breaking this USC defense down some. That time on the baseline goes opposite. Osman knocks down the three.
So Yates now getting inside. Wow, what a powerful move.
And how much teams get what they want out of it, either on that roll, the short roll, or the pick and pop game.
Yates scores, and he's fouled. And now on the switch, it's Osama with the assignment. Claude inside. Offensive board, AG. Yates on the retake.
Wow. Only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Well, another reason why, wondering how Baldwin at his size is Defensive Player of the Year. Yates not
single digits at the half. Hicks free for three. Not here.
He's the one guy, I mentioned it earlier, that can bring him back in a hurry. He gets hot from behind the line.
Yates gets it back from Thomas with Freddie Dillon defending. They'll isolate him. Knocked down. Wesley.
Just so much easier for this USC team, especially on the offensive end when Desmond Claude's playing.
You don't want that per 100 possession data from him?
No, and I get it, it's right. But the point is just watching it, you can tell.
Extra pass. Yates gets the bucket. Goes out there to knock Hicks, his counterpart, off the three-point line, and now a steal. Wesley Yates on a race to the rim. Lays it in with the left hand. Finger roll from the freshman.
What can this do for a freshman's confidence, this road trip? You mentioned he's gotten the opportunity to play probably a little bit unexpectedly, but put together back-to-back good games out here in LA. What does that do for you moving forward?
If you're looking for Northwestern in Oregon, they're 5 minutes away in Eugene. You haven't missed anything. You'll see the finish here.
Yates trying to answer. And then ripped it away from first. 10 and three-point shooting percentage. Boy, Fletcher Lawyer, you want to score, you better cut hard off screens. He was sprinting off of that baseline stagger to get open. That was nice. 170 career-made threes now for Lawyer. He's 15th all-time in program history. Cone, nice find to Yates. USC doesn't really have a pure point guard on their roster. Slackert's a scorer. Even Claude's more of a combo guard. You can feel that point guard void right now for the Trojans. Trojans too offensively don't shoot many threes. The second fewest three. And roll in. I'm going to keep on saying it. USC's just running two at Braden Smith. Just trying to do anything to get him out of the play. Trey Kaufman-Renn is making USC pay. 38 points for Kaufman-Renn. He's been in double figures in every game this season. Yates outside the elbow. He's off to a good start. Oh, and that one rattled home. Miles Coleman playing time has dropped in recent games. Went in, went out, came back down. So Yates trying to answer in transition and does. Purdue can't miss so far tonight. Everything is falling early on. Try to play Kaufman-Renn one-on-one. He scores. You send a double at him because you're in foul trouble. He makes the right read. And Cox hits the three. Just a major predicament dealing with Kaufman-Renn. There's Yates for three. Wow. Yates got it back. Yates goes off the glass. No. Cone with the rebound. Now Yates has all night for three. Yes! And USC. Three for C.J. Cox. Wesley Yates has 20 first-half points with three, with two on the drive, and an amazing finish. Early roll. Lawyer's up to 14. Yates spinning, hanging, and scoring and one. Seen that tonight, those one-handed rebounds. He's got a nose for the ball, and you said it, Corey, those balls that are a little out of his area, he has a way of snatching.
double-double. Kaufman-Renn, 10 rebounds to go with those 24 points. Yates slithering his way inside. Find the sheet and then poke your head in and say hello to everybody. And just that, be shocked how much that sparks conversations and sharing.
He has been off tonight, and yet Northwestern still figured out a way to score 61 points in the first 32 minutes. Three ball on the way from Yates, and it goes. And here, and the lead back up to a dozen. Yates gets the three to go. Well done.
There's been guys that have stepped up for both teams.
Oh, that was way off the mark for Smith. So he's in 3 of 4, and we're at a 7-point advantage. Thomas on the drive. Inside Yates over Nicholson.
Cross-court pass on the weak side, call off the double team to Holloman and hit the three.
Holloman got inserted into the starting lineup 14 games ago. They've won every game since. Yates against the Michigan State team, undefeated in the league. Fiddler rebounded and taken away from Yates.
This is where SC, they have to push it a little bit faster, harder, because they're not getting a lot of easy points when their half court is being set. But they got to push it to get some easy points in transition to make it a little bit easier for them.
Jace Richardson had a good first half. Just steps right in, but can't hit the 15-footer.
Yeah, AG is giving him that shot. So Richardson comes off that pick and roll, ready to score. He's going to have that all day. Junior, Richardson, they want to come off the pick and roll, knowing that AG is in the pick and roll. They're going to have that shot.
Yates has 8 points for USC today, the redshirt freshman. Claude with 16. Creates for Thomas. AG extra pass. Abo the same. Yates swishes it.
Counting, setting good picks for his guards.
Oh, a home run pass. Up ahead to Yates.
That's Cash. He's a difference maker the way and he's playing solid basketball. Terrific in the mid-range. Compliments with the deep thrust.
Claude driving kick, got it to the wing, and that's a three for Yates. Looked like it. Yep.
He was outside, restraining area. Got to keep this guy in front of you.
Kyle in off the bench. There's another three for USC. And Mara the stuff.
How about that to the baseline? Paul, beautiful look.
How about UCLA playing well without Tyler Bilodeau, who's usually a fixer in so many ways for them. That is a tough drive to the...
He's free and he doesn't get it.
Mara you're talking about.
Yeah.
Instead, it's a miss from the corner for Andrews. There's Abo with 3 fouls. Got to play right now.
Nice extra pass here.
Yates buries it.
Nice look by
Barry. Nothing at all halfway through the shot clock. Claude, no. Oh, a juggle by Yates, who was going to think about the 3, I think.
He's been quiet, too, of late. He's got to go.
He'll try on the step back. It's good. Claude trying to go left. Clark stays with him. Claude got caught midair. Abo with 4 fouls. Didn't take the 3.
Yates hasn't had a touch on this trip. On the other side, wide open.
Thomas trying to peel off into the lane.
This is his game, though.
We got it weak side. There is the drive. And score for Yates. And he's got 3 timeouts to play with later if he wants to go offense, defense as well. Abo thought about snapping off the 3.
No deterrent at the rim. You got to attack, I think. If they help you find somebody. There you go.
Yates soaring in for 2.
Nobody at home. Good.
We are ready to get this one started. And it's controlled by USC, and a little bobble, but right to the rim. Done. A rugged start to this one for both. Each team 2 for 6, each team 0 for 3 from 3. Yates will drop it to Cohen. Here's Thomas, 6 to shoot, needs some help. Got it from Claude. The drop off and back out by Yates for 2. And a takeaway. Telegraphed pass stolen by Yates to the other end for the hammer. Out. Wooster, and a nice job of forcing a really difficult shot. And then Wooster got a little bit over his skis, turns this one over as he stumbles ahead to Yates. Yates on the run, counted in the foul.
Go into him and see what they're going to get early.
Blackwell walled off by Claude, and Yates intercepts it. Yates all the way to the rim. Wow, what a spin.
He's got to close out, and then it leads to that one we just saw.
Guess what? He made the free throw. Maybe the best free throw shooting team in NCAA history. That's the
pain right now.
Here's Yates. Tough shot.
Forcing a shot up there. You would say that if SC was a very good offensive rebounding team, you would say, okay, just go get it off the miss, but they're not.
Yates, 7 points all in the first half. Until now, his first basket of the
into basketball, the travel and all that.
Here's Yates getting inside. When it's all opportunity for SC and for Iowa, their first quadrant 1 win opportunity of the year. And maybe an opening scramble on the tip, an indication how this game might go tonight.
I love that start. Are you kidding me? We got 4 guys already on the floor. We're just 2 seconds in.
This is Wesley Yates, the freshman of the week in the league, and he scores to open the game.
It's just awesome. They've scored 80 points or more in 10 straight games. And we're playing in the Big Ten Conference where you're facing tough defenses every single night.
Yates, tough shot, and he hits it.
Getting back in it's a zone, but it's a matchup zone, guy. It's not clear if it's a 2-3, doesn't matter.
On the shot clock. Dembele can't hit. And that loose ball is corralled by Kevin Patton off the SC bench.
Nice extra pass.
And Yates hits another 3.
Needed. And we talked to head coach Eric Musselman, and the thing he said about Yates is he's learning how to score within the offense. At the beginning of the season, he was scoring, but it was almost like breaking off plays and doing his own thing, and now he's taking what the defense gives.
Here's Yates again, another 3, another hit.
But Peyton Sandford is one of the most dangerous weapons in the Big Ten. And just ask any team who plays him in the second half, too. You better keep an extra eye on him.
Yeah, don't feel good if you're SC about holding him to 5 so far, based on recent history. Yates, he can't be. And Peyton Sandford gets the bounce.
Yeah, they got to stop the bleeding somehow. I mean, honestly, I know this is the best I've seen USC play so far this season, but we still have a lot of basketball left. But Iowa defensively has got to figure out a way to keep USC outside of the lane.
Wesley Yates gets 16 in the first half. That's his first attempt of the second.
One, they were so busy staying attached to shooters.
It's a 5-point game with under 5 minutes left. SC led by 19 4 minutes ago. Abo passes up the open 3, gives it to Yates, and he now has a career high.
His feet set. He had 5 threes against Penn State. AG too strong on this one. Offensive rebound by Yates. Euro stepping his way through for 2.
Well,
here's a 3 by White.
Did not like that shot at all. They didn't force USC to exert any energy defensively.
Yates again using that Euro step for a layup.
Foul line, 88% for Trey White.
Just a 4-point game now. Yates nearly lost it, and then converts over the top of Johnson.
Nice job of digging down there by Claude. Nice job by Desmond Claude, Jeff, of digging down there and then forcing the 3 and recovering.
Yates behind the back. He pops for 2. The 3 drives on Ivisic. Fall away jumper, no good. And AG back on the floor with another opportunity for the Trojans.
AG been very active, and
USC kind of forced to roll the dice with those 3 fouls by Agee, getting him back out there.
Yates with the runner. Boswell had stripped away. Up ahead, it's Yates. Oh, what a jam from Yates. This would be a statement win for USC. Thomas gets it ahead. All by himself is Yates.
It's a really good win in Indiana's first quad 1 win of the season.
Indiana holding Penn State to just 3 of 21 from 3. The defense ratcheted it up as well. Yates going to work against Goody, and the step back on the baseline is good. Wesley, 5 to shoot, leaves it for Mbako. He'll try the 3 in the corner. That was
Tip by St. Thomas there. Just never quit on that play.
And Yates to the rim gets the roll with Goody. The
of the night in Assembly Hall.
Miles Rice, perhaps inspired, perhaps not. Another turnover. That's 4 for Indiana, and Yates all the way to the other end for 2 more.
Flat Golden only had 11 points, so we'll see if this kind of pays off to get this switch here. So far, getting a stop, and now they can run.
Here's Thomas. Claude. Yates will try, and Yates hits the 3. It won't spins short with a left hand.
Goody has been active getting to the offensive glass these last couple games.
Rebound scooped up by Abo after the second chance miss. Here's Yates toeing the line for 3. Didn't hit one.
First 3. It has just been raining triples. Namari Burnett, his second.
I mean, that was a fadeaway corner 3. That was pretty good defense. I mean, Eric Musselman's over here looking at the bench like, I don't know who else to put in the game. It's a tough shot.
Goodness. Open up 5 for 5 from 3-point land. They swing it around, find Wesley Yates. Yates has been such a difference maker.
The look on Eric Musselman's face, and he agrees with me.
Wolf to Golden, follows the miss. Golden looking for a guard, gets it to Yates. Foul, and you can count it. Clock, not close. And it somehow gets to Yates, who draws contact and is able to stick it through. Rattle it in. That's his 3rd triple. He's got 13 in the first half.
Another great play design. You get a post touch and you get defenders staring at the ball. Meanwhile, you bring a shooter from one side all the way to the other.
Yates, step back deep 2. Oh, he's got it cooking here.
That's another thing about Roddy. Shot goes up, he's always on the glass. Very good rebounding guard.
Yates a big first half with a dozen. Oh, and a deep triple. Team high 16 now for Desmond Claude. Yates with the steal. And he finds 2.
That since I think the 50s, including a road win at Washington. This Trojan team has some confidence. You didn't see it as much at the start of that first half, but they're back in it.
Yates going right after the big man, Vlad Golden.
The ability, and by the way, he only made 24% last year at Xavier.
So are you maybe in his head he still kind of feels like the 24% guy?
Oh,
Is that the issue? As Yates takes one and makes it.
Yates can get going now.
Convert. Depron picked off by Cohen. Hit ahead. Yates for allowed 2. Off the dribble, Thomas. Rebound, Yates gets the putback.
Any more today? Did somebody file their papers?
Apparently not. Backdoor cut, Yates for 2.
He'll just take him right down there. So versatile player and off to a good start here tonight.
Going on the floor for USC, the 6'6" grad transfer from Yale. There's Abo, who's had the hot hand early, as has Cohen.
Doubling Cohen now.
Yates will try from 3. And a good look for
a whole new team. We haven't made that point because we did it early in the season. They have one returning player.
Harrison Horner.
Right.
And he has not appeared much. We're continuing the hard time that Robbie's been giving Andy today in the studio. So they have 4 games to cover today. It's a long day. Under a minute remaining here in the first.
Mercifully, they got a 7 p.m. local tip time for the last one.
There's Yates. Points per game. He's got 9.
Matt Logie must think if we establish Walker early, maybe that'll bring some defenders down into the paint and open up some of the perimeter. Gone doing both times here to start the second half. I'd like to see Yates shoot that one.
Instead, he goes by Agbon Polo and scores.
Has that ever happened before?
A lot of changes on both sides, and at long last, Big Ten basketball has arrived here in Seattle.
UW's defense, primarily man-to-man. You'll see a little bit of 1-3-1 out of them, but when their defense is good, they're really good, like most teams. Let's see what their energy level looks like here early.
Well, here is Wesley Yates. That's
the outside. He's starting with Osobor out there because he can stretch the floor. If you're going to go ahead and double Osobor, one of the outlets is Breidenbach on the perimeter.
He was 33% from distance last season.
Interesting, they're not running at Claude yet. I have a feeling they're going to at some point. As Yates knocks down another concern about Osobor, he gets on the wrong side in a wide open layup because of that.
Yates pulls up. Wesley. Here's a 3. No whistle as Davis fell. And the crowd wants a foul on that. Claude skip pass.
Like maybe first easy look he's gotten tonight for the most part. The one dunk he had in the first half, but in terms of catching it and having to make a play.
Wright knocks it free, but it's recovered by USC. Hang and finish
those games. And so what does it do for them moving forward? They go back. Obviously, these first 2 Big Ten games for all the teams in the league early December, but then they go back to non-con games for their next 3. And so more opportunity to get even more confident. Good pass.
Yates open. Yates with a career
back-to-back promo.
That's true.
Is that illegal?
No, there's nothing off limits here, especially if you're watching on the app. No, that's going to be fantastic. I mean, you talk about
of 9 from downtown as Burnett muscles inside, goes up and gets rejected. Noling running the break. Left corner for Yates, who knocks down the
game, and Aduje hits that little tough 6-footer in the paint. And San Jose State's up by 6.
They came to play. They're coming off a tough loss to UCSB, but they're coming to play right now.
Nice, so the spin inside.
And that's where his experience comes into play, right? You know, he's a guy that's played against SC, so he knows what to expect. He's seen the lights before, and he's a guy that, like I said, if he gets 1 or 2 easy baskets per scorer like him, he can get it going, and he's doing it right now.
Wow, Wesley Yates. But the finish is made by McClendon.
Good pass. Great pass. Great 2-on-1 fast break right there.
Yeah. I tell you, the pace of this, the tempo of this in the first half is really good. And there's Yates. In this era of basketball, is just not used to this free-flowing a pace. And Yates knocks down.
In the paint, jump stop on 2 feet, real patient, and was able to get a nice easy floater. He didn't rush that shot.
Freshman, Californian, 6 foot. Is Washington, nice step in by Yates.
Juju's just a special player to watch. Little 1-2-2 matchup, 4-court zone right here, or I should say trap. Just kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Right now, San Jose State pretty much needs stops on, you want to say every possession, pretty darn close to every possession. this lead with this time. And there, Wesley.
Right. Picked off by Yates in any case. Wesley Yates stepping inside and reversing it in.
Like the way back to when Muss was the head coach at Nevada, the Martin twins. As Yates picks another one off, he is on the run again. Wesley Yates in Mali, Lani Sissoko.
I love that. When I see some of these players nowadays getting out of cars, getting out of Range Rovers to come to the arena for a college game, and he's doing that, it's awesome stuff. 38-second differential. Let's see if SC goes 2 for 1 here.
College players starting to think about that a little bit more, I've noticed. Still more of an NBA concept. Not going to happen here for USC. Yates, spins on the rejection of the screen, and he's got it. What a move.
Basketball was going to be less interesting, less fun to watch, less compelling with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. It's going to be a heck of a season.
Juju Watkins and the women of Troy playing here on Friday, coming off a 21-point performance in a record-setting win.
And by the way, the team across town in Westwood and Lauren Betts, the UCLA Bruins, pretty good in their own right. It's going to their 9th guy and their 2nd guy. It could just depend on who's got it going that night.
And if not for the injury to Matt Nolan, he would have played one more.
Haven't seen Josh Cohen in a while either.
Yates off the screen. What a finish. Wesley Yates. Burford wiped away. Kevin Patton, just as we referenced, a defensive force. Now Yates. Step back triple. Bam!
I'll tell you what, you got to grab that ball, Eric Musselman says. Ibrahim is a talented defender. That's his specialty. Abdul clear out for Yates.
They've had multiple double-digit leads in this first half, and they'll look to take the final shot up 7 here.
Runs down the screen.
It's been Yates deep in the half. Talbot on the throwback.
Poke away by Yates.
He shot the gap, and he takes it himself.
Game. I expect him to try to establish him at the rim offensively, as UTA now gives it up.
That pass too hot for Deontay Smith to handle. He's been out of the action with foul trouble. Look at this drive. And a clever finish.
USC. 13-2 run for Idaho State. Yates inside, flies to the rim. As Otten again splits the pair. USC holds the lead. Yates again, right to the basket. Into the corner, Yates knocks it down. Elohim. Back to Yates. Pull up jumper.
Open looks at it.
Cousineau with the shot clock going low, and AG tracks down that rebound.
Good half-court defense that time from USC.
Wesley Yates, the freshman from Beaumont, Texas.
On the fast break.
Chattanooga's +7 right now on the boards. Ooh, Bonham couldn't finish inside.
Easiest look tonight for Bonham.
He's 0 of 5, but he does have 3 rebounds. Listed at 6 even. Yates! He's looking.
You think they were thinking that? Most college teams don't.
I thought initially they were.
4-second differential now. So obviously SC will take this all the way down.
Shot clock's at 6. Yates, tough shot. And he gets it to go.
Well, a lot, to me, a good win to open the season for USC, but feels like a lot to sort out still with rotations and who's playing and who's in the rotation. Look out.
Ooh.